sixth graders, and welcome to Investigation 7 on the coordinate plane. This lesson is a lot of fun. So a coordinate plane is basically just a grid on which we plot points. There's two axes. Okay, when you're younger, you only work in quadrant 1, which is right here. Okay, now we're going to be working in all 4 quadrants. So basically, for a coordinate plane, you've got a big grid that looks like graph paper, and then there's 2 number lines. All right, our x-axis we're really familiar with. That's this green line right here, okay? And it basically is just a number line. The origin, which is that center point, is 0, 0, and that's where 0 would be on your number line. So notice as I go to the right, I've got all my positive numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as I go to the left, I have all the negative numbers of the number line, -1, -2, -3, -4, and that will continue forever in both directions. But there's another number line going on at the same time, and that one is our y-axis. So if I just look at the red one, then I can see that I have another number line going up and down. This is just like a thermometer. If you think of a thermometer, the middle here is still the point 0, and the positive numbers go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it'll climb forever up. And then just like with a thermometer, the negative numbers go down. So I've got -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and it'll keep going down and down and down. So that's all that a coordinate plane is. We've got a x-axis and a y-axis, which are both number lines. Now, how can I remember that? I'm going to show you some tricks, okay? So the y, I like to sometimes take this line and draw my y right up top like that. So my y-axis can actually just become a y by putting a little v up there. This is my y-axis that goes up and down. My x-axis is over here, okay, and that arrow kind of becomes a part of my x. Okay, the other thing I like to do is I like to draw a little person. I like make my little x into a little guy, because that's going to help us remember that we run along the x-axis. So we run up and down the x-axis, which is really to the left and to the right. And we need to do that before we can ride an elevator up and down. That will make more sense to you in just a minute. Let's make sure that we've covered all of our vocab words. So we already talked about how the y-axis goes up and down and how the x-axis goes left and right. Our origin is the center where the 2 number lines come together, and it's ordered pair. It's an ordered pair of 0, 0. Okay, so coordinates are the numbers that tell us the location of a point or a point's address. So when we make a point on a coordinate plane, like let's say I made a point right here, okay, we're going to use coordinates to figure out where exactly this spot is. And I do that by taking the location on the x and the y and finding where they meet. So I always do my x coordinate first. And that's where that little hint of we're going to run into a store before we can take the elevator up and down or rise up and down first. So we're going to, our little guy, we're going to go from the origin is where we start, and I'm going to run over 2 places, and then I'm going to ride up my elevator 2 places. So that would be the coordinate 2, 2. The x value is a 2 and the y value is a 2 in this case. If I were to do a coordinate here instead, then I would run 1, 2, 3 oh, I don't want to go there. Let's go here. I would run 1, 2, 3, 4 places, and then I would go up 1, 2, 3 places. That would be shown with a 4 and then a 3, because the x is how far I ran, and then the y is how far I went up. All right, but I'm not always going to be in this quadrant. I might be all the way over here. So in this case, I'm going to run. I remember my guy always starts right here. I'm going to run back 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's -4. And then I'm going to ride up 1. So that coordinate would be, I'll write it right here, -4, 1. If I was down here, I would run back 2, and then I'm going to ride the elevator down 1, 2, 3 spots. So this coordinate would be -2, -3. Are you getting the hang of it a little bit? So here are some example coordinates. We've got 3, 2, which means that I ran over 3 and then up 2. I've got 3, -2, so I ran over 3 and then I took the elevator down 2. Here, I ran back -3, so to the left, 3, and then I went up 2. And in this one, I ran back -3, and then I took the elevator down 2 to find the address of each of those points. Okay, and each point is usually labeled with a letter. So this might be point A, and this could be point B, and this could be point C. So if I asked you the coordinates of point B, I would say -4, 1. All right, coordinates are written as an ordered pair. That's what I was just showing you. All of these are examples of ordered pairs. Okay, the order matters. It really does, because this is my X and this is my Y. If I switch the order of them, then it'll give me a different location. The first number is the X coordinate, the second number is the Y coordinate. I've repeated myself a whole bunch in this video, so hopefully you really understand. What you're going to do now is put this into practice with this little picture we're going to make. So down bottom are some directions. There's all these ordered pairs. I want you to do your best. Use a pencil. Everybody say use a pencil. Good, I hope you repeated it. So we're going to start with line 1, and it says to make a point at 0, 5. So that means that I run 0 places. I stay right on my x-axis, and then I'm going to go up 5 places, and I'm going to make a point. Now the next one says, and I'm going to cross it off down here so I know I did it. Then it says 1, 4. So I run 1, and I go up 4. The next one says 1, 3. So I run 1, I go up 3. The next one says 0, 2. So I stay at 0 and I go up to 2. Remember, the second number is the elevator. Then I have -2, 2, -2, 2, -3, 3, -3, 4, -2, 5, 0, 5. And so we're back to that one. Once a line completes itself, you really should use a ruler, but we're going to connect all these points. We're making our own connect the dots. And now it says line 2. So this means it's a separate line that I'm going to start. So this time I got -2, -6, -2, -6. And I'm going to do another set of coordinates, and I'm going to connect all the lines. And when you are done with these, you will have a cool picture. So bring it in all pretty and use a pencil, because you might make mistakes as you start. And if the lines don't look like they're doing what they should, then that might be a hint to try again. And then tomorrow in our investigation, we'll do some fun stuff with it, okay? Go ahead and get to work.